That's life in the day of a waterman right here. When we ain't out crabbing, we're making crab traps. Work never stops. We make these traps for commercially. We make them for recreational. We sell some. We keep most for ourselves, but we sell a few. We got a few commercial guys that buy from us, plus we got some recreational guys that buy from us, also people too. So, yeah, man, works out pretty good. Down here in South Florida, it's hard to get crab traps. So we make our own. A lot more convenient, I guess you could say. Costs a lot of money to get traps shipped down here. We're kind of like at the end of the world in the crab scene. We crabbed the Chesapeake Bay. I crabbed the Chesapeake Bay for over 40 years. Oyster, crab drag, crab trap, crab potted. Up there they call it crab pot. Down here in Florida they call it trapping. We moved down here to Florida 4 years ago. And we've been crabbing down here. A little different than the Chesapeake Bay. A lot more crabs up there in the Chesapeake though than down where we are here. But it is what it is. Beautiful weather down here, don't ever get cold. We ain't got to fight no ice or snow. You know. So it makes life nice. Staple gun right here. That's how we load them up. Pig ring gun, whatever you want to call it. Starting to look like a trap now. Cutting the entrance out for the crab. There it goes. The air compressor gets pretty loud. These are what we call funnels. This is what lets the crabs in the traps. We used to wrap them in, but down here in Florida, we got so many critters down here, turtles and sharks and stuff like that. They like to come in and pull the daggone funnels right out the trap. So we're constantly repairing traps down here like that. So we started coming back and pig ringing them in. I can put 6 pig rings to hold it and into place, so we can cut them out real easy, pop them in real easy on the boat, so we don't have to bring our gear back in when we're out fishing. The trap keeps catching, stays in the water. When you pull them out and bring them back to shore, they spend a few days on the hill before they really make it back. It's kind of you know, monotonous on you know, you're not catching no gear, you know, no crabs or nothing like that. So you're not making money if you're not catching them. So we kind of did some changes to our gear down here to where we can keep our stuff fishing easier without having to bring it in so much. Crab traps get dirty and stuff too. We got a power wash. That's the worst part of the daggone job, honestly. A lot of guys back home in the Chesapeake Bay area where we're from, they're switching over and they're doing like the lobstermen up in Maine and stuff. They're actually boiling their traps now on the boat. And we're not doing that here in Florida. Down here we can't run the big boats like we ran back home. So we run a smaller rig. So lugging around boiling water on a smaller boat, it's kind of tough. The water's real shallow down here also. So you can keep your boat light and fast. Man, I missed that thing 4 times. What the hell's going on with that? Yeah. Here we go, Bubba. We're doing it. We're doing it. Fun, fun, fun. I'll show y'all guys what it looks like when it's done. For some of the people who don't know. Everybody thinks crabbing is easy. It's not. Constantly working. Florida, these are coal rings, these are escape rings. They're the same as they are in Virginia. Same size, same rings, but in Florida we have to have 3 of them. Where in Virginia we only had to have 2. You gotta have 2 in the upstairs and 1 down in the bottom to let out the smaller crabs and stuff. Also here in Florida, we have to have biodegradable hooks for in case the crab trap gets cut off. Virginia, we didn't have to have that, so we actually take this piece of dowel rod right here, It's made out of, it's just a pine dowel rod. It's biodegradable, so when a trap gets cut off by a boater, recreational boater or whatnot, seems to be the ones who cut off most of our gear. I'm not trying to start nothing with the recreational field, but they whack off a lot of our stuff. And so when the pot goes missing, this actual pin here rots out. In theory, the front of the trap opens up and it lets the crabs and fish and whatever's inside the trap escape so they don't stay in there and starve to death. So yeah, we have to have those down here where we didn't have to have that in Virginia. But I've heard Virginia's talking about implementing some type of law up there. They've had some you know, issues with it up there, where they were talking about putting in some kind of device to let the crabs and fish escape. I don't know how good it actually works, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Just makes more work on the watermen. We have to sit there and make those hooks. We have to cut that little dowel rod and hook it through the hook and stuff, but could be a lot worse. But anyway, there's a finished trap. I just finished one. You can see the coil rings that lets the crabs out. Small baby crabs, little small fish or whatnot. Biodegradable hook right there. If you can see that. And yeah, man, that's one down. A bunch more to go. We're building 350. We've done 5. Yeah, we got some video coming out on the whole process on how to make a crab trap, but also like the pre-cutting, how we cut our wire, and pre-making our hooks and stuff like that. This here's the upstairs of a crab trap that goes inside that holds the crabs. We've already added the bait box to it. Makes it easier. We don't have to fight it, so when we drop it in the trap, it goes together a lot easier. Y'all guys ain't getting to see that process here live, but we will have a video out here soon, start to finish, on how to build a crab trap. We're gonna have that on YouTube, right here on Finside. So y'all keep your eyes open for that. If you live somewhere in an area where you can't purchase crab traps or you want to make your own, that video is going to be detailed enough to where you can actually build your own traps. Save you a lot of money. I can leave some links and stuff down into the looks like that air compressor stuff. I don't know if you see what I'm doing right here, but I'm actually folding the corners in on these traps right here. And the reason for doing that, when you start to put the box together, it allows the box to go together square. If not, the corner of the piece of wire there stab into the actual corner of the bend of the trap, like right there, and it hinders the trap on how it's built. So we actually bend those back out of the way on these square traps. We used to make all of our traps out of the hex wire, the chicken wire, but nowadays chicken wire, the hex wire, whatever you want to call it, we just don't build them out of that. They don't last as long. These square mesh pot share traps, they last longer. Thicker wire. I don't think that the crabs, I mean, I guess it depends on where you're at and what you're doing, but I can see a difference in the traps when you're catching with hex wire versus the square wire. Sometimes you don't really see a difference, but when the crabbing gets kind of scarce, looks like to me like the hex wire still does better than the square. But financial reasons, square wire is better. It lasts longer, less maintenance. Again, it's pretty much what it boils down to. We're trying to become more efficient. We're changing with the times like anything else. Commercial fishing is, if you don't evolve with the times, you get left behind. You get left behind, you go out of business. Uh-oh. So that's where so we're always looking for inventive ways and new ways of doing, and VMRC, FWC, all of them, they all propose laws on us, put laws on us. So we have to adapt to those laws, and so we're constantly on the move trying to change with times to keep up, to keep the product coming so people can enjoy blue crabs. Down here in Florida too, where we're at, we also catch, you get stone crabs down here where we are. I don't know if any guys on here that's in the area, or anybody that eats stone crabs, but we do actually build a stone crab trap. I'll go grab one and show you guys while you're on here. Hold on a second. This trap right here, we call this a low boy. Some people can say it's a recreational crab trap, you know, but it's just a shorter trap. It doesn't have the upstairs in it. Still have to have the same 3 rings, coil rings in them, just like the full-size traps, the biodegradable bullet. Gotta have that. But this works really good down here for stone crabbing. Blue crabs get in them also, but blue crabbers, they move so much, so fast, they get in and out of them a little easier if you let them sit for any amount of time. Stone crabs, they get in there and they'll stay, they'll hang out. They pretty much, you know, they get out, but not like the blue crab. But we build those also. We're going to do a video on building some of those also for some people who they want to build a recreational style trap. And you'll be able to watch the video on a how-to. It's going to show you in depth of how to build that trap. We can build any kind of trap. I built, let me see it go by. Thank God. That compressor's loud, people. But anyway, we built all kinds of traps. Being from the Chesapeake Bay area, we built eel pots, crab traps, minnow traps. We built all that stuff, holding pens, the whole bait, you know, for recreational fishermen. Down here in South Florida where we're at now, we build pinfish traps, holding pens for your bait, for shrimp and pinfish. And so yes, we can build anything. As long as we can get the wire, we can build it. And we pretty much built it all. There ain't much we ain't built. Down here in Florida, we can't gill net or nothing down here, but back home in the bay, we could gill net. Even used to build gill nets and everything. So we don't get that down here. They banned gill net in the state of Florida back in like 1996. So yeah, so you can't do that. So we actually cast net down here if we do any kind of netting. But I personally don't build any cast nets. Got a good buddy of mine here from Florida. He builds cast nets. He builds probably the best the best cast net that I've seen. He can build it to catch anything, any kind of bait you want. Mullet nets, pinfish, you know, thread fins, whatever. He does a real good job. If any of you guys are interested in getting like a cast net or anything like that, I got the source to that. I mean, he actually builds them and sells them. And of course we do the crab trap thing down here, so we make and sell these. But yeah, we're gonna have some video too of us crabbing. We haven't shared any video of us actually crabbing here in Florida. We do have video of us crabbing in Virginia, up in the Chesapeake Bay and whatnot. We do have a Facebook page also for Finside, and we have one crabbing and oystering on the Chesapeake Bay. And that was when we were back in the bay. You could go watch some videos on there and see us oystering and crabbing and whatnot. Pretty interesting. A lot of people used to like, back when we lived up in Virginia there, I would share videos on Facebook Live like we're doing here now, and I would get, you know, 300-400 people watching live of us actually crabbing, and they looked forward to it. We would go live every day when we were up there, and some people work in office buildings and they don't have no windows or whatnot in their cubicles or whatever they work in. They would always comment, man, please stream tomorrow. Makes it feel like we're on the boat. They actually enjoyed watching us actually crab, and a lot of people thought they were actually with us. In a sense that, you know, you were, but always try to communicate it when we could, but when we're crabbing, we're working, so it's kind of hard to communicate on the telephone or, you know, on the video, whatnot, with people when you're actually on the boat working. It's kind of fast paced, steady moving. The boat ain't moving forward, we ain't making money. My theory in the crab world is if I'm sitting still, I ain't making money. If I'm in reverse, I'm losing money. As long as my boat goes forward, I make money. So that's kind of my motto. And so when we're on the boat, it's full steam ahead, and we're digging it up. You know, we don't mess around. We catch our product and get back to dock and sell it. And but that's that pretty much wraps us up on all of that. I mean, crabbing in Virginia, we start a lot earlier and get home a lot later. Down here in South Florida, they don't let us crab before sun up. And like so we don't move that early here anymore. But we can crab all day here. We're up in Virginia. We had to be done, depending on the time of the year. It was 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. Here we can crab. Plus, not only that, we couldn't crab on Sundays in Virginia. Here we can crab 7 days a week, all year round. And we got a certain time of the year. Every other year, we have to pull our gear out of the water for 10 days. You're messing that up with that phone. So, but yeah, that's what we do, man. We catch crabs and make crab traps. We actually make some fish baits too. We do some rod and reel fishing. I love the water, of course, and so we spend a lot of time, even when we're not crabbing, we spend a lot of time rod and reel fishing and at the beach or exploring, going somewhere, doing something by boat, you know. So, but yeah, we don't we will. When y'all hear me talking about we, it's me and my son. My son actually, me and him work together. He's been with me since he got out of high school, and we made the transition down here to Florida, to crab in Florida, together. It was, you know, both of us wanted to do it, something different, and different way of life, different scenery. We're looking for more of a challenge, I guess you can say. Back home, we had it all kind of figured out. We always stayed into crabs. We never went without crabs in Virginia. Had that mapped out real well. Down here in Florida, it's a little tricky, I have to say. Crabs move really fast here. Back home, we get in a school of crabs and we could follow that school of crabs. We knew which direction they were going and we could stay with it. Here in Florida, man, these crabs are here today, and when I say they're gone tomorrow, they're gone tomorrow. I've seen crabs move here, I mean, 15 miles like it ain't nothing. I mean, it'd be a barren wasteland. I mean, back home they would move and we could run with them. We could stay in them the whole time they were on the move. Here it's a little harder water. I guess it's the warm water, I don't know, but these crabs move really fast, and hard to stay caught up with them. A little bit of a challenge, and but other than that, man, the crabs are huge in Florida. I'll have to say that. A lot bigger than Chesapeake Bay. I thought I would never say that I liked a crab, or I would eat a crab that was better than a Chesapeake Bay crab. And I've ate Chesapeake crabs all my life, and they these crabs down here in Florida, man, Florida's got some really good crabs. They're really sweet. The male crabs are, and females too, of course, but they're male crabs down here, man. They get really big. We've caught crabs down here, you know, in the I would say in the 11-inch range, point to point. You know, that's a big crab. That's a rare crab, but you know we caught them. And but on average down here, I would say you catch a lot of the number ones here in Florida. 6.5 to 7.5 inches is pretty common. Back home, they wasn't that common. There's like jumbos back home. Down here, they're number ones. And yeah, some really big, pretty crabs, beautiful crabs in Florida. I always heard when back home, and always, oh, crabs in Florida are light, they don't have no meat and all this stuff. And that's a lie. Crabs in Florida are fat. They're just like anywhere else. They're light when they're light, when they're growing, you know, when they're shed. But I tell you what, but they got some fat crabs down here, buddy. We catch some beautiful stuff in Florida. Anybody from Maryland, Virginia in here? Any Florida people in here? Y'all post up where you from. Kind of curious, see where everybody's from. Crab trap building. Anybody that's new in the viewing, we're building crab traps, and we're actually going to build 350 of these. And like I said, we're going to have some video up too of us actually on how-tos on YouTube. If you go on our YouTube channel and like and subscribe, you can keep up with us. We will have a video on how to build crab traps from the beginning to end. So if you ever wanted to build a crab trap, if you live in an area where you can't get them and you wanted them, then you could actually see us build them, and you learn how to build your own. Yep.
We're gonna need more bait first.
Yep. Oh. There she goes. There's another one. One more down. What the finished product looks like. Like I said, we're building rig traps. We're building these for like up the river, inland. Rig crab traps catch males really well, especially here in Florida. That's just compressor stop, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more wire so I can build another one. I got to stack this. We need to get some time-lapse video of us building one.
Yeah, I'm going to get all that. I got so many to do, I'm waiting. Reloading. Forget about YouTube over there either.
I'm not. What's up, guys? What's up? Doing our thing. Making crab traps. Ah. Nice, good, hot day down here in Florida. Supposed to be like 91, I think, today. Yep.
Y'all haven't been on YouTube, also go check out our peacock bass video. Had a really nice peacock bass the other day. The video was just posted last night. If you haven't seen it, go check that out.
Yeah, that's something we just started doing. Like I said, we ride real fish. Also, we like, recreational style fishing also. We're not just commercial. And we got doing chasing peacock fish down here in Florida, Southwest Florida. Man, they're cool fish. They're freshwater fish. They come out of the Amazon, and they're invasive here, but they're taking over like the canals and ponds and stuff here in South Florida. And man, they fight like no other freshwater fish. I mean, they are a ball to catch, and they're really beautiful fish. If you've never seen one, you ought to go check them out. Peacock bass, you can look it up. Like I said, I got a video on YouTube. You can see us catch one. I actually catch it on like I think that rod's like 2.5 foot ugly stick. Pretty insane. Bought it from Walmart, and me and my son got us one and got my grandson one, and we throw them in the trunk of the car, back seat, wherever, in the back of the truck, anywhere you can throw it. It's just a little rod that's real easy to maneuver. And you wouldn't think that it would catch big, nice fish, but the rod actually does pretty damn good. And we've actually caught some snook on them and stuff. I mean, you're talking about a crazy scene. That's a crazy scene. I haven't got any of the snook on video with it yet, but we have caught them on them. And we're going to do some videos with that rod, fishing with it a lot. I'm actually going to change the reels out on them. We're going to put a little bit better reel than what comes on them, for which is nothing wrong with the reel it catches. It's just a little sloppy for being, we fish with, you know, a little bit higher grade reels than what's on that. So
another done crab.
But yeah, man, they're pretty cool rods. They're fun. You catch pretty much anything you want. I mean, the rod's pretty good. You wouldn't think it would be. You think it's a little kid's rod, and since I think that's what it was designed for, but for somebody who likes to go fishing and looking for a challenge to catch a big fish on, you know, light tackle, that rod is like really cool to do. So we've been doing that on our time off, when we get time off to do something, when that's kind of like our pastime. We ride and reel fish. We play pool also. We got some pool teams that we're on. We got a couple of pool teams. We play 8-ball, 9-ball. We'll do some tournaments here and there. We kind of dabble in a little bit of everything. Mostly like to stay outdoors if we can. Really enjoy the outdoor activity. That's the beautiful thing of Florida. It's warm here all year long. Wear shorts all year long. Shorts and t-shirts. Can't beat that. But I noticed this compressor stop off again. Yeah, Florida's a great state, man, for the warm weather. I know back home when we lived up in the Chesapeake Bay area, we would wintertime, man, we'd freeze up. We'd have to break ice to get out to harbor, break ice to get back in, and we'd be out there crab dredging in the middle of Chesapeake Bay, wherever we were, up on the Maryland line, down all the way to Cape Henry, wherever we were, all over the bay. And man, we'd make ice slide all around on the boat and stuff. I don't miss them days at all. Down here now, I done got acclimated to Florida. If it's below 60 degrees, I'm frozen. And we used to work up in the Chesapeake Bay, man, and I seen times we oystered right there. We went up to Sax's Island, right there, Pocomoke Sound, just outside of Crisfield, and we oystered up there one winter, and I tell you what, that was the coldest place I ever been in my life. And we made the ice, it was unreal. We stayed frozen in there. Man, we had temperatures, you catch an oyster, you had to drop the oyster dredge through the ice to get to even start and break you a hole and stay in the hole of the ice. And yeah, man, it was cold. That was cold. But I don't want nothing to do with that. Yeah, I'm done with that. I'd die if I had to go back to that. But we throw the oysters down on the floor, we catch them and drop them down, and the damn oysters would freeze in the shell within, 30 minutes. They turned to like a Slurpee inside. And we had to quit oystering right there one time because they were freezing on the boat. And the buyers didn't want to buy them. But yeah, we don't have to deal with that no more. We down here and where it's hot, and I like it. All right, guys, I'm gonna put my son on here for a minute. Y'all watch him while I gotta cut a couple of bait doors and watch him make a trap.
Don't get it too close because I won't be able to move.
Y'all guys don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, man. I tell you, we need the help on there. YouTube's a tough ass deal to break. To get the views and stuff. It's not as easy as people make it out there. Show you guys something right here. This here right here, we're making some bait doors. What we cut our wire on right here. Let that compressor stop, guys. I'll talk some more. But yeah, this is what we cut the wire on. This stomp machine right here. It's like an old paper cutter. This thing's like dated back to like 1911. This thing is it does work. Works good. Cuts wire really well.
If anybody's wondering who else he's talking to, we're also on YouTube Live. You can go check that out on our Finside page. I think the links are also in the link should be in the bio also of that.
So who likes crabs? Anybody like crabs? They like to eat blue crab? We got some people watching that like blue crabs. Y'all comment down if y'all like blue crabs. A little stack of doors there I made. I only needed one. Oh. Yeah, buddy. Fun, fun, fun. Yeah, there's one more done. It's pretty quick, I guess. I'll take you guys for a walk, let you see. Those are the funnels right there. Oh, there's some of the traps we built right here already. Got a long way to go for 300.